Pixar is one of the largest animation studios to this date, and it all started with a simple concept of story in 1993 about a toy that deeply wants children to play with them, and that this desire drives their hopes, fears, and action. That idea is the core concept of Toy Story, which later on released in 1995 and received Academy Award nominations for Best Original Screenplay that became the first animated film to be nominated for this award. But it didn't stop there. Pixar continues to deliver award nomination animated movies alongside Disney as their partner. And if you are wondering, when you finish one of their movies, you felt in awe, and in some other cases, you may have found yourself in tears because the movie can often make you melt. And you wondered, how did they do it? To make a great story, the story needs something that is unique and has something valuable to the audience. The story can have a complicated conflict, inspiration, so that it can influence the audience emotion. Pixar can make you feel their stories are relevant to your life. Let's take some example from Toy Story earlier. Most of their stories are about friendship and how to solve a problem together. The point is unite. Some of their conflicts are about being betrayed and loss of trust from your friend and how to regain that trust from your friend again. Remember when Woody and Buzz were gone in the first Toy Story movie? When Woody found out that he was in Sid's house, he called their friends who were in Andy's house that were opposite of Sid's house. At the first time, Woody didn't have any trust from his friend, because they thought he harmed Buzz. And in the end, Woody gained trust again from his friend when they realized that Woody and Buzz were working together to catch their friend who were going to move with Andy. Isn't that relevant to this problem today in our friendship society? It's very normal to have trust and be betrayed by your friend, especially in this society. Pixar also makes sure that every story they make has a valuable lesson and a clear purpose. We can see this from Wall-E. What can you learn from the movie? Of course, love and sacrifice. As we can see, Wall-E had been following Eve since she was shut down by the BNL, because she found the earth material, which was a plant. Wall-E loved her so much, even he sacrificed himself to protect Eve and the plant. Why did they make the movie? With a lot of our problems relating to climate change due to our society's behavior, they tried to warn everyone in this world to take care and save the earth. They have shown us how bizarre the earth will be in the future if we destroy our planet. People are gonna become obese and lazy because technology has become more and more advanced to make their life easier. Another fundamental of great story, it is need a good structure. This is what we call the story spine. What is the story spine? In 2012, Pixar story artist Emma Coates tweeted about storytelling tips. She said that there were a lot of people commenting and replying about the fourth rule of Pixar storytelling. The fourth rule is look like this. Once upon a time, there was blank. Every day, blank. One day, blank. Because of that, blank. Because of that, blank. Until finally, blank. Basically, you just fill the blank line with your story. As long as you use that structure, you can make a great story like what Pixar has done. Fun fact about this Pixar storytelling rule, that even director and writer Brian McDonough didn't know the origin of this rule. And it's not owned by Pixar. He said it has been used as a professional writing exercise. Brian used this method to make a story because sometimes he doesn't have any idea or out of stock to make the story. The word once upon a time there was to describe the responsibility as a storyteller to introduce the character of the story. Our audience wants to know what our story is about and who leads the story. In the first Cars movie, we all know that the story is about how Lightning McQueen The best racer has become down and gone because the accident he has experienced. The first scene he says, "Speed, speed," is to introduce how good he is at racing. The word "and every day" is to describe how relevant the story is to our life. This part is usually based on our real-life society. Many of Pixar's stories are based on real-life situation. It can be about friendship, trust, work life, school life, resilience, compassion, even to warn us if we do something bad. The word "until one day" is to describe something that will change the situation and even the character's life and perspective. Remember Finding Nemo? At the first time, Marlin was very protective dad to his son Nemo. He even didn't let Nemo play with his friend because of what happened to his mom, who was eaten and attacked by a barracuda fish. The word "and because of this" is to describe what the main character will do after the event happened. This is where we can see the struggle of our main character that can be found in Finding Nemo. After Nemo had gone, Marlin had been through his difficult situation. He must find a way to find his son by going to a dangerous ocean. He was sad and felt lost so much because he has already lost his wife and other son in the beginning of the movie. Yes, there is always another because of this. Many Pixar stories won't end just like that. There will be another obstacle after the main character has achieved one objective. In Finding Nemo, Marlin met with Dory, and they had begun their dangerous journey to find Nemo. Yes, they found Nemo in Sydney in the dentist aquarium, but Nemo pretended to die because he wanted to be dumped through the toilet. Marlin thought his son had died. The word "until finally" is to describe the solution of the problems. Okay, Marlin thought Nemo had died and he left Dory, but somehow Dory met with Nemo near the harbor while she was grumbling about Marlin. Okay, next. The word "and ever since," this is to describe the conclusion after our main character has gone through a difficult situation. In this part, we can ask ourselves what lesson we can learn from the story and what makes the main character change after what they have experienced something. After Marlin met his son Nemo again, he lived happily with his new family Dory and other of his shark friends. He has become more relaxed toward his son and let Nemo choose his life. The great thing about Pixar storytelling is they always have a respect to all of their characters, including the characters that we regard as an underdog. Can you tell us what character that is wasteful in Pixar's story? I think there isn't. Every character in Pixar has a big influence on the main character. The mindset to create a great story is always to build the character from zero to hero. You know Mike Wazowski in Monster Inc. and Monster University? He was just a teenager who always got bullied in Monster University, until he met with Sullivan, another monster who was also so popular because of his name. But he was down and felt alienated by his friend. They have become friends since Sullivan found his prime and identity when Mike figured out how to scare people. They have even become the greatest and the scariest monster in the world. After they enroll in Monster Incorporated, they hadn't working in the scaring people department yet. They worked as a cleaning service, but they knew they gotta try to join a scare competition and they both become the most successful monster in the company. Isn't that great? That's the definition of zero to hero.
Oh, they're so awesome!
Have you ever wondered why many people, or maybe yourself, cry when you're watching Pixar's movie? It's because they always build a story and the characters are based on complicated emotions, and most of the characters of Pixar have gone through a difficult situation. Sometimes the problem and situation can bring tears to your eyes. Almost all of the journey of the characters must be based on love and sacrifices. This is good to make the audience follow the story so they won't be bored. So emotions are very important, and this is how we explain our character building. This is why we love Disney Pixars. There is always an element of surprise. Remember how good The Incredible movie is? Have you ever thought it's gonna be a superhero movie with a detective vibe movie? I think the element of surprise from the first Incredible movie is when Mr. Incredible find out that Syndrome had a program to eliminate all superheroes in the world. And also, when Dash can run on the surface of water because he is so fast. An element of surprise in the story can make your story better and more beloved by the audience. Well, to be honest, this makes sense because most of the target audience are kids. But anybody will love a story that is easy to understand, right? And always give a little bit of humor. Kids love humor, and adults as well. It will be more interesting if you can make the audience laugh. And this is why every Disney Pixar movie has sense of humor, and even the humor can make the adult audience laugh as well. As stands for now, Disney and Pixar has collaborated for more than 10 years, and they will always continue to make such exciting projects such as Lightyear. And we only hope Pixar and Disney continue to deliver, whether it's a reboot, or a remake of an old series, or an adaptation, or even an original story. That's all for now. Thank you for watching, and see you guys next time.